We all know someone who's spent their whole life trying to escape bad habits, but keeps falling right back into them. Maybe it's alcohol, junk food, procrastination, or even extreme dieting. They start strong, cut everything out, hit the gym every day. Then real life hits, stress, work, family, studies, and suddenly they're back to square one, sometimes worse than before. Maybe that person is someone you know. Maybe it's you. But what if I told you there's a simple method, built from powerful philosophies like Ikigai, Kaizen, Hara Hachi Bu, Wabi-Sabi and Gambaru that can break any habit? It's not what productivity coaches preach. It's not what motivational gurus sell. In fact, it's so small and simple that you'll think it won't work until it does. Before I show you how this system can transform your life, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and comment which habit you want to conquer. This video was inspired by a subscriber asking for help with obesity, but this method works for every area of life. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every one of you. Now, let's get into it. Chapter 1. The Day Everything Changed. Let me tell you about Christopher. 40 years old, 142 kilos. A good man who was slowly dying without noticing it. He'd spent 15 years working in a warehouse, leaving home before sunrise and returning after dark. 2 kids, a wife, endless bills. Your typical middle-class man who sacrificed his body to keep his family afloat. Meals were rushed. Breakfast in the car, lunch at his desk, dinner in front of the TV. Weekends, pizza, beer, and the couch. He felt he'd earned it. But his body was collapsing. Climbing stairs felt like climbing mountains. Tying his shoes became a mission. His daughter stopped asking him to play, not because she didn't want to, but because she learned her father never did. Christopher had tried to change before. Gym for 2 months, diets for a few weeks, morning runs for a few days. Each attempt ended the same. Eventually, he reached that dangerous point people die in without dying. This is just who I am. Until the day his body said enough. One Saturday, his son kicked a ball into the neighbor's yard. Christopher stood up to fetch it, bent down, and couldn't stand back up. Not from pain, just pure weakness. He stayed on all fours in the neighbor's flower bed, sweating, while his son watched quietly. The neighbor had to lift him. That night, Christopher cried, not because of the weight, but because his son had seen his father powerless. His wife hugged him and whispered, "Chris, you need help." The next morning, he called the only person he knew who had truly transformed. Marcus, a friend who lost 30 kilos and somehow looked complete. "Marcus, how did you do it? Doctor? Medicine? What saved you?" Marcus took a breath. "I went to a doctor, yes, but not the kind you think. He didn't give me a pill. He gave me a philosophy." "A philosophy? That doesn't make you lose weight." "Chris," Marcus said softly, "you're wrong." Chapter 2. The Japanese Doctor. On Tuesday, Christopher found himself in a consultation room that felt nothing like a clinic. No posters, no machines, just a wooden table, 2 chairs, and a window framing a peaceful garden. Then Dr. Tishi Yamamoto walked in, around 65, calm, thin, almost monk-like. "Christopher, why are you here?" he asked. Chris told him everything: the weight, the exhaustion, the shame, the flower bed incident. He waited for the usual lecture about diets and workouts. But Dr. Yamamoto didn't open a computer or reach for a prescription pad. Instead, he asked quietly, "How many times have you tried to lose weight?" 3? Maybe 4? "And how long did each attempt last?" "A couple of months, sometimes only weeks." The doctor nodded. "You failed because you tried to erase 40 years of habits in a few weeks. Your body took 40 years to get here. So did your mind. You can't undo that overnight." Christopher said nothing. "Now," the doctor continued, I'm going to ask you to make one change today. So small it will feel like a joke. Do you accept? Chris, desperate, nodded. From tomorrow on, drink 1 glass of water every morning. That's it, nothing else. Keep your pizza, beer and TV for now. Just add the water. Christopher frowned. Doctor, I need to lose 50 kilos. A glass of water isn't going to do that. You're right, the doctor said, leaning forward, but it will do something more important. It will prove you can keep a promise to yourself. And right now, that proof is everything. Chris left the office annoyed. $200 for water. But the phrase haunted him, a promise to yourself. How many promises had he broken? How many Mondays had started with hope and ended with excuses? That night, he placed a glass of water on his bedside table. Day 1, he drank it. Day 2, same. Day 7, his body woke up before the alarm, looking for the glass. By day 14, it had become automatic. He returned to Dr. Yamamoto. Did you drink the water? Every day. I feel a little silly, but I did it for 2 whole weeks. The doctor smiled. Welcome to the first principle. Kaizen, microscopic steps, continuous improvement. You didn't climb the mountain. You just took 1 small step every day. Christopher nodded slowly. He understood. Are you ready for the next step? The doctor asked. Yes. Keep the morning water. And now add 1 more change. At each meal, serve yourself half of what you normally would. If you're still hungry after 20 minutes, take seconds, but always start with half. It felt small again, almost too small, but he had already proven something to himself. Okay, Christopher said. I'll do it. Good, Dr. Yamamoto replied. We'll speak again in 3 weeks. Chapter 3, The Hidden Philosophy. What Christopher didn't know yet was that Dr. Yamamoto wasn't just giving him habits. He was introducing him to an entire Japanese philosophy of transformation. Kaizen was only the beginning, the idea of becoming just 1% better each day. Not perfection, not intensity, just tiny steps that stack. And when 1% compounds, the growth isn't 365%. It becomes 3,678%. That's the power of exponential change. These small steps were keystone habits, tiny actions that trigger a chain reaction of positive behavior. 1 small win turns into another and another. But there were other principles quietly shaping Christopher's life. The first week of eating half his usual portion was torture. He wanted more. His mind screamed for seconds, but he remembered the rule, wait 20 minutes. And in 3 weeks, he only went back for more twice. His body wasn't hungry, it was conditioned. That's when he unknowingly practiced Hara Hachi Bu, the Okinawan discipline of stopping at 80% full. Enough to be satisfied, not stuffed. At his next appointment, he had lost 3 kilos. The doctor smiled. It's not about the weight, it's about the direction. For the first time in decades, your body is moving with you, not against you. Christopher felt it too, not just lighter, more in control. Now we add movement, the doctor said, but gently. Every morning after your water, walk from your door to the mailbox. Christopher laughed. That's only 20 meters. It's not exercise, the doctor replied. It's the habit of movement. Your body has forgotten it was built to move. So Christopher walked, and on day 3, his 7-year-old daughter saw him. Dad, can I come? She held his hand, talked about her day, and asked, can we do this every day? That simple moment pushed him further than any gym membership ever had. 3 weeks later, he wasn't just walking to the mailbox. He was walking to the corner store with his daughter. No breathlessness, no back pain, just progress. By the end of month 2, he'd lost 8 kilos. But the real change was in his eyes. There was life there again. During his next visit, the doctor asked, "Why are you doing all of this?" "To lose weight," Christopher said. "No. What's your real reason?" Christopher thought deeply. "I want to see my kids grow. I want to walk my daughter down the aisle. I want time with my wife. I want to feel proud of the man I am." The doctor nodded. "That is your Ikigai, your purpose for living. Losing weight isn't your goal. It's only the wall between you and your purpose." And that changed everything. Now, when he didn't want to wake up early, he thought of his daughter's small hand in his. When he wanted to overeat, he thought of her wedding day. Motivation fades. Purpose doesn't. Chapter 4. The First Fall. 3 months in, Christopher had lost 14 kilos. His clothes hung loose, his co-workers noticed, and for the first time in years, he felt momentum. Then Thanksgiving arrived. A table overflowing with turkey, pies, and pressure. His mother, "Is that all you're eating?" His brother-in-law, "Come on, it's Thanksgiving. Live a little." Social pressure is the quiet enemy of progress. It tries to drag you back into the version of yourself that makes others comfortable. Christopher caved. One plate, then another. He ate until he felt sick, physically and emotionally. That night, he stared at his reflection and whispered, "I ruined it. I'm going to quit like always." The next morning, he didn't want to drink water, didn't want to walk. The old voice returned. "Since I failed, why bother?" But then he remembered something Dr. Yamamoto once told him. "You will fail, and that moment will reveal who you truly are." He texted the doctor, "I messed up. I think I ruined everything." 2 minutes later, "Come see me this afternoon." At the office, the doctor didn't lecture him. He simply asked, "Did you drink water this morning?" "Yes." "And did you walk?" "I did." "Then you didn't fail," the doctor said. "You stumbled. There's a difference. Stumbling means you lost balance. Falling means you stopped." Then he taught Christopher about Wabi-Sabi, finding beauty in imperfection. You overate one day. So what? That doesn't erase 14 kilos. It doesn't erase months of discipline. One imperfect day doesn't destroy a meaningful journey. Christopher felt something shift inside him. Not defeat, but the collapse of perfectionism. "But what if I mess up again?" he asked. "You will," the doctor smiled. "Many times, and each time you'll wake up, drink your water and continue. Change isn't about never failing, it's about always returning." That was the moment everything changed. He stopped aiming for perfection. He started aiming for consistency. Next, the doctor introduced Gambaru, enduring even when you don't want to. You practiced Gambaru today. You didn't feel like continuing, but you did. That's strength. Over the next few months, Christopher stumbled again. Christmas dinners, birthday cake, stress-filled weekends. But every time he came back, water, half plate, walk. And something remarkable happened. The relapses grew smaller, less frequent. His brain learned a new truth. We don't quit anymore. By month 6, he had lost 23 kilos. But the real victory wasn't the number. It was the moment he sat on the floor to play Lego with his son and stood up effortlessly. It was saying yes when his wife suggested an evening walk. It was chasing his daughter across the yard, laughing breathlessly as she squealed with joy. And from the kitchen window, his wife watched him, smiling, because the man she married was returning. Chapter 5. The question that changes everything. By month 9, Christopher had lost 35 kilos. He wasn't forcing change anymore, he was living it. The walks grew longer, the portions smaller, not out of discipline, but because his body no longer craved excess. He had quietly become someone new. During that month's check-in, Dr. Yamamoto asked, Christopher, when was the last time you thought about giving up? Christopher blinked. He searched his memory. Last month, last week, nothing. I don't know, he said. It's been a long time. The doctor smiled. Exactly. You stopped trying to change and started living differently. This is no longer effort. This is identity. You're not a fat man trying to lose weight. You're a man who takes care of himself. Then the doctor drew 5 circles on a sheet of paper. These 5 philosophies explain everything you've done. Iki. You found your purpose. Not weight loss, but showing up for your family. Kaizen. You improved 1% every day through water, food, movement. Hara Hachi Bu. You embraced moderation, eating to 80%, not overflow. Wabi-Sabi. You accepted imperfections and kept going. Gambaru. On hard days, you didn't quit. You simply held on. Christopher looked at the circles. It was his entire transformation on one page. Doctor, can I keep this? You can, Yamamoto said. But remember, this isn't a weight loss system. It's a life system. You can use it for anything. Career, relationships, money, self-mastery. The rules never change. Chapter 6. The Moment of Truth. In the 12th month, Christopher finally took a blood test, something he'd avoided for years out of fear. When the doctor read the results, he frowned in disbelief. Christopher, did you start some new treatment? Why? Chris asked. Your cholesterol dropped. Your blood pressure is normal. Your blood sugar is excellent. What have you been doing? Christopher laughed. Drinking water in the morning. The doctor didn't get the joke, but Christopher did. It wasn't the water. It was 365 days of tiny, better choices. 1 glass of water doesn't change your body, but 365 of them do. Just like 365 smaller meals, 365 walks, 365 days of choosing differently. That day he stood shirtless in front of the mirror. For the first time in 20 years he felt no shame. No six-pack, some loose skin, still 15 kilos to lose. But he finally saw a man who kept a promise to himself for an entire year. By month 18, Christopher had lost 52 kilos, down to 90 kilos, healthy, strong, present. At his daughter's 9th birthday in the park, he ran with the kids for the first time. A parent asked, "Man, how did you lose all that weight?" Christopher almost explained the Japanese philosophies, but he kept it simple, 1 step at a time. That night his wife whispered, "You know what I love most about your transformation?" "What?" "It's not the weight. It's that you came back. You're here again, with us." He held her hand. He had almost given up, many times, but he didn't. Researchers at Stanford say most people fail not because they're weak, but because they try to change too fast. The brain fights drastic shifts. It sees them as threats. But microscopic changes, less than 1% a day, the brain doesn't resist. You hack your own nervous system. Okinawa, one of the world's longest living populations, reveals the same truth. No extreme diets, no brutal routines, just simple habits. Moderation, movement, purpose, acceptance, and perseverance. Neuroscientists show that willpower fails because it's limited. Identity doesn't. When you become the kind of person who lives a certain way, you don't need motivation. The behavior becomes automatic. Christopher didn't stop at losing 52 kilos because his system was never about weight loss. It was about building a life. In year 2, he applied Kaizen at work, 1 small improvement a day, and became regional manager. In year 3, he applied it to his marriage, night walks, real conversations, planning the future. His daughter, now 12, once told him, "Dad, I remember when you couldn't play with me, but I remember something else even more. The day you started walking with me to the mailbox. That's when I knew you'd be okay." His transformation didn't just change him, it changed his entire family. Because real transformation isn't contagious. It gives people permission. Chapter 7. The Complete System. 2 years after his first visit, Christopher weighed 88 kilos. His habits didn't fade because they were no longer habits. They were who he had become. He still drank water every morning. He still walked daily. He still ate until he felt 80% full, not out of discipline, but out of identity. The wildest part, he was now helping others. Co-workers constantly asked, "How did you do it?" Christopher always replied with the same question, "What's the smallest change you can make today?" People usually answered, "I can start going to the gym." "No," he'd say, "smaller, much smaller." "Like what?" "Like drinking a glass of water in the morning." They always laughed. That's it? That's it, for 2 weeks. 9 out of 10 never returned. They still wanted miracles. The 21-day diet, the magic pill, the overnight transformation. But the 10th person came back. "I drank water every day." "And you were right. I feel different." And Christopher knew, this one will win. When Dr. Yamamoto finally retired, he looked at Christopher and said, "You know you never really needed me, right?" Christopher was stunned. "But doctor, I couldn't even stand up from a squat back then." "Physically, yes, but mentally? You stood up every single day. You worked. You supported your family. You endured stress, shame, exhaustion. You always had Gambaru, the spirit of perseverance. You just didn't know it." Christopher felt something shift inside him. "So, all this time, all I needed was the system?" "No," the doctor smiled. "You needed a system that respected you, not one demanding perfection. One that embraced your humanity, your flaws, your fatigue, your slow days, and used them as fuel for growth. These Japanese philosophies, they're not about becoming perfect. They're about staying human and continuing anyway." Christopher hugged Dr. Yamamoto with deep gratitude. The man hadn't saved his life. He had returned it to him. Chapter 8. The Legacy. On Christopher's living room wall, 2 photos hang side by side. In the first, he weighs 142 kilos, sitting in a plastic chair, silently watching his kids play from the sidelines. Not joining, just observing. In the second photo, he's 88 kilos, on the floor, building Lego with his son, his daughter climbing on his back, all of them laughing. His wife took that picture secretly. "Why did you take this?" he asked. She smiled. "Because this is the moment I waited 10 years for. The moment you finally came back." But the most important part of this whole journey isn't the 52 kilos he lost. It isn't reversing type 2 diabetes. It isn't the promotion at work. It's what his daughter, now 12, told a friend at school. "My dad is the most disciplined person I know, because she grew up watching the truth, not motivation, not perfection, but daily consistency. Water every morning, walks every day, stumbling, getting up and continuing. That is his real legacy, not the body, the example. Because when she's older, 20, 30, 40, and life gets heavy, she'll remember that her father proved something. Change is possible. One tiny choice at a time. One day at a time. And now that you've reached this point in the video, it means you're looking for change too. Maybe it's weight loss. Maybe it's an addiction. Maybe it's the feeling that your life should be more than it is. You're probably thinking, "This won't work for me. My situation is different." You're right, your situation is different, but the system is the same. Because your problem isn't knowledge. You already know what to eat, how to sleep, what habits to change. The problem isn't knowing, it's doing. And you can't do it because you're trying to win a 20-year battle in 21 days. Every time you fail, you reinforce a lie. "I can't do it. I'm weak. I lack discipline." But that's not true. You're just using the wrong system. This system isn't about fast change. It's about permanent change. You don't need a 30-day miracle. You need 30 years of consistency, and consistency only survives when it's simple. So here's your challenge, the same one Dr. Yamamoto gave Christopher. Choose one change, the smallest possible. A glass of water in the morning, 5 push-ups before bed, 1 minute of meditation, a single page from a book. It must be so small that you cannot make an excuse. Do it for 14 days, nothing else, no upgrades, no speeding up. By day 14, you'll have proven something powerful. Not that you can lose weight, not that you can quit smoking, but that you can keep a promise to yourself. And once you can keep a small promise, you can keep any promise. Add another tiny change, then another. And slowly, without noticing, you become a different person. Not because you forced change, but because you built a new identity. Time will pass anyway. 3 years, 5 years, they'll come regardless. The real question is, when those years pass, who will you be? Stuck in the same place, full of regret, or someone who kept every promise they made to themselves? Ikigai gives purpose. Kaizen gives method. Hara Hachi Bu gives moderation. Wabi-Sabi gives compassion. Gambaru gives strength. You don't need them all today. You just need to start with one tiny step. And when you stumble, and you will, you don't quit. You rise. Because mastery isn't about never falling. It's about always returning. If this content helped you, comment below the smallest change you'll start tomorrow. Not your whole plan, just step 1. Write it publicly. Turn a thought into a commitment. That's where transformation begins. I'll read every comment, and in 2 weeks, I'll return to see who followed through, who drank the water, who did the push-ups, who took the first microscopic step toward the life they truly want. You don't need perfection, you just need to begin. Thank you for watching, for your time, and for your intention to grow. Be present, walk with honor, follow the path.